Hey guys, what's up everybody? Welcome or welcome back again to another video from the Apex Predator Billiards Club. My name is Apexelgenio and I'm bringing to you here another matchup. Well, in fact, this is a part 2 matchup of the Apexelgenio versus J-Pink match. Alright? And of course, you had already seen a match like this before where I was defeated 13-9. And so, of course, on that very same day, we did a part 2. I did not want to post the video because, of course, the main event was the match that he had won. However, upon watching this video in my archive, I realized that there is a lot of things that we can learn from this video, and it's just one of those kind of matches where watching it, there is nothing much exciting that you're going to get from the video in terms of the quality of play of both players, but in fact there are going to be a lot of things that you're going to be seeing as it relates to the important aspects of pool and improving your game. Now in this video you're going to see both players doing something that you ought not to do as a developing pool player. And as we go along, I will list them. I won't be able to list all of them off the top of my head right now, but as they pop up throughout the video, I will definitely highlight them and talk about them. Alright, and provided that you guys can actually learn these things, you can see them and learn them and understand them, applying them to your game is going to do you far more benefit than it will damage your game. All right, so just kind of getting set, just kind of talking to someone on the phone there. Of course, that is not usual for the start of a match, but I'm using this opportunity here to just set you guys straight as it relates to what is expected for this match. So it's gonna have some good stuff about it, but it's gonna have more things for you to learn and to add to your game. And a lot of matches are out there where you see the beautiful game being played the way how it ought to be played, but sometimes if you take the time out to watch a match where not the best performance is displayed, there is a lot of things that you can learn from a match like this. So I do hope that you enjoy. Now, of course, you know that I have, of course, you're watching me on the YouTube channel, but you can definitely follow my Instagram and you can follow my Facebook page where you can see definite clippings of matches that I will be playing, and of course, shots that I play during practice or just free stroking. So there's a lot that you can see on my Instagram page. The links are in the description below. So this is going to be a race to 9 and we're about to begin. Alright, and of course I just went undergo a defeat, so it's going to be a little bit on my mind, but let's see how it goes in taking this victory here, if it's going to be a victory. Obviously I'm not hinting to you what had happened. Alright, so I went down and I won the lag and I get the first opportunity to break. Alright, so lots of stuff to come up in this video, guys. Do take the time out to watch it. I promise you, when I was rewatching this video, it showed me a lot of little things that I was really not taking note of. And so I went back onto the practice table a few days ago and I realized that this had shown me a lot of little things that I'm not paying attention to, and so I'm hoping that in the next couple of months while applying these, it should make me a more prolific player. So we are about to begin the match and we're going to be doing a break off. It's a race to 9 and the price of the match has gone down. So let's see what we start off with here. And so aiming from the same spot, steady little break, not hitting the one ball as full, hitting the one ball on the right side. So it went to the right side of the table, which is obviously the left side looking at the camera. And so there. Now here is where one of the things that I want to identify, and as I said, this video is going to be an educational video. This is a video where there you can see as Jamaican pool players, we believe that we are prolific shot makers, and of course we play some really good shots, But of course, one of the things that we don't pay attention to much is the ability to assess the game. Take extra 10, 15, 20 seconds to assess the game. All right. And here you can see after playing a shot after pink played a shot, what I'm looking at here is just trying to construct some sort of two-rail kick safety. So I'm trying to come off the right side of the 1 to come behind the 9 and the 7. And I made contact with the 1, but I made contact with the 1 too full. And so I didn't leave a tough shot, but of course, I didn't leave a makeable shot, but I didn't also leave, I didn't hit the ball as well as I wanted to. Now there you can see there are about 2 mistakes that had occurred right there and then. Number 1, pink played a shot that was really too quick and there was not much assessment. It was just more down shoot and hope for getting a position. And then number 2, he tried to play a safety, but there was not enough planning in the process of the safety. He knew where he wanted to be, but that extra bit of time to ensure that he landed where he wanted to be, he needed to spend some more time on that. And as I said, I am so much guilty of the mistakes that he's making, so you're going to see it right throughout the match. All right, so I'm going to try to do as much educative talking as possible throughout this match. I'm not so much going to pay attention to what is being happening in the match. Occasionally I will, but I want to point out most of the mistakes that the players are making so that you too cannot make these mistakes. All right. So there, after playing the 1 ball, I tried to break out the 2. Didn't get a really good shot on the 2, so I had to go for a safety. I was trying to go 2 rails under the 6 and the 3, but the cue ball played short and left the 2 ball open. So there again, it's just a matter of, as I said to you guys, taking the time out to really assess the shot and see what is best. Sometimes your brain will tell you a specific shot that you ought to play, and so executing the shot is definitely within your caliber, but sometimes it requires a little bit more time and attention to look at more options that may be available on the table. So in this position here, I'm going to show you something that I was thinking about. I was thinking about the safety. Obviously, to get back onto the 3 is going to be tough. The 3 pretty much only has 2 pockets, the side pocket where the 9 is and the corner pocket too, which I'm looking at. So right now, in order for me to make the 2, I'd have to make the 2 and try to get onto the 3. That's going to be tough. So I decided to go for a 2-9 combo. I almost made the 2-9 combo, but at the same time, I was hoping that I would stay behind the 3 to actually, just in case anything falls, I would have gotten a shot on the 3 to play some sort of defense or offense. So there again, you can see the thinking process that goes behind when you're playing a shot. All right, so I'm not giving myself all the credit, but all I'm saying here is this is something that we need to do more of when we are playing our match. Think about the game some more. Again, like the previous safety that Pink tried to play, he tried to play another safety, but it wasn't in an area that allowed him to play the deadliest of safeties. All right, so definitely I'm sure that he will be watching this video and he will be seeing some of the stuff that I am saying here. It is all for the benefit of our growth. This is not whether to make him a better player or to say to downgrade him as a player, but it's obviously to highlight the mistakes that I identify throughout this entire match. So there, a nice little cut shot on the 2, coming down for the 3, overruling a little bit. The speed of the table is critical. And there you can see again, I tried to play that cue ball in between the needle, the eye of the needle, but I missed the shot again, just to get back onto the 4. So now Pink is down already, as I said before, and he has played a beautiful shot there, stroking that cue ball. You can see the steadiness on that shot, and he's very smooth and very calm at the moment, but he ran himself out of position here. So now he's just kicking. So here's another thing that we need to look at, ladies and gentlemen who are watching the video. Right, and you're paying attention to what's going on. Sometimes you have to just take a little bit more time to think about the kick and where you want to leave the cue ball. I think he was just mainly trying to touch the 4, but there was no intent about where he'd like the 4 or the cue ball to go. So here you can see now, this is what we call a sellout in a pool match, where you just kick at the ball and you're hoping that it goes somewhere that is not makeable for the opponent, but then you end up leaving the ball into a position that is really, really doable. So now he has left me with a nice shot on the 4, just pocketed it there. Made contact on the 5. I didn't want to touch the 5, but you know, Definitely there's the thought of the fact that I just lost a match and it's playing on my mind. So definitely it is a case where, you know, I just need to just kind of get settled, win a couple of rocks, and just kind of believe in myself again that it's possible. Pretty good shot there, not bad based on where I was. And I got a nice little shot here on the 6. I'm on the 50-yard line here, because this is not the easiest of cut, especially when you're going to be playing the cut shot with the intent of playing position. So I need to get into that area there. If I can get under the 7 and go below, I should be able to get it in the side, or even get it back into the same corner where the 6 is. So I think the cue ball is heading to where the 7 is. So let's see here. Nice cut, and you can see the cue ball head just short of ideal position, but a friendly little bump on the 7 here has left me with a nice shot on the 7. And here you're going to be seeing again another error. You can see here that I'm down on the 7. You can see I have a look at the side pocket there. I'm not really comfortable. And this is another thing, guys, that when you're not comfortable and your mind tells you that something bad might happen, almost what your mind tells you usually happens. And you can see there I was trying to draw that cue ball below the side pocket, and you can see very, very disappointing shot there. This video is obviously to highlight the best parts of the match, and obviously to highlight the bad parts of the match, the parts of the match that we could have improved and we could have done a little bit better. Now I saw that the scratch was possible, but I was trying to put enough draw to just go below the side pocket, and there, simply because of a lack of patience, it had definitely cost me there, where I made a huge error, right? Huge error in that match, and that's definitely one that has cost me another rack. All right, and this is a couple of the things that a lot of players in my country, they're not fond of the game of 9 balls, simply because you can pocket all of the balls and then you end up missing the ball before the 9, or you're missing the 9 and the opponent just approaches the table, pocket the 9 and wins. All right, a lot of players don't really like that, especially in the country to which I reside. But it is a part of the game that allows you to play more precise. Less mistakes you make is the better it will be for you. It's going to be hard for you to accept, but it's just the way of the game. It's a beautiful game, and the art of the game has a lot of knowledge to it. So here again, I'm going to show you another thing that we need to pay attention to. Is the fact that pink is breaking from near the corner pocket, which is not the usual spot. All right, and he's breaking off the rail. Not to say that it's not a great break spot position, but based on where 9 ball players usually play the break from, that's not the usual position. So I think he was just trying to just kind of open the rack and trying to just maybe get a shot on the lowest numbered ball. And there you can see another excellent safety play by Apex, just pocket, just banking that one 3 rails, hiding the cue ball behind the 9. And this is just one of those shots that you have to say is perhaps an excellent execution. All right, execution is important. So pink is down, has a measurement on the 2 rail, kick on the 1, just barely missing the 1 there, a slit off the 1, very close. It was a good safety, so it was a good result for Apex where getting the ball in hand is concerned. All right, so let's see if what we can construct out of this rack here. Just playing the 1 and holding position for the 2 there. The 3 ball is on the side rail, so just coming off 1 rail. Okay, well, I decided to just stun out into the middle. That ball seemed to be underhit a little bit, needed to come up a bit more. To this is a big angle, so I'm gonna have to work the cue ball a little bit more, but I believe I'm just trying to come off the rail first with a bit of inside spin. So let's see here. All right, it just come off nicely there, and of course, wow, falling short on that 4 ball. The speed of the table is definitely a killer, because that ball was pocketed cleanly, but surely a couple of friendly bumps off that 7 definitely did not do me any justice in getting position on the 4. So here's the first opportunity for you guys here to see the shot tip coming out. I'm gonna have to try to jump this 4 ball into the side pocket to hold position for the 5. So let's see if we're successful here. Successful in terms of the jump. but fortuitously you can see that the speed of the table helped me out here in terms of getting again a fortuitous safety. So here's where Pink is just pretty much just going after the key, just trying to make contact. But I think he needed to give himself some more time in terms of playing a more intended safety. So just making contact with the 4 was easy. It's just getting it safe, and I'm definitely going to let him know that he needs to just work on trying to think more about where he needs to play safety whenever he's kicking. Right, it's a very tough part of the game that we have to think about, and there you can see I believe that is perhaps not the best of shots, because of course I wasn't familiar with the banking on the table. It was banking a bit short, but still I went for the bank because the position on the 5 would have been automatic. But of course missing the bank there again is another sellout. Didn't give myself enough time to think about other options on the table. So Pink is down and going aggressive, just trying to break out the 8 and the 9. Alright, he was successful in that, but he has landed somewhere close, a little bit above the 50-yard line here. So he has a nice little cut shot here, but he has decided to go safe using some check English, slowing the cue ball down. He's a little bit disappointed with himself that didn't get behind the 9, but he didn't leave me with a makeable shot. So definitely I'm going to have to go for some sort of safety here. And so you can see just banking that 6 ball coming up, bringing the cue ball behind the 7, and hopefully getting the 6. Definitely it was a good intended shot on the safety, but I did not navigate the cue ball very well. So there again you can see that both of us have the correct intent about what we want to do. It's just the execution of what we are trying to do is not the best. Alright, so couple of wild shots by both players, couple of loose shots on the professional level. At the highest level we would have probably been down 3, maybe 4 racks already, but you know, of course the skill levels are relatively the same, so it really depends on what is happening here. So I tried to actually play a two-way shot here, play the cue ball in towards the 9, but at the same time I was trying to get on or behind the 9 for a safety play. So selling out the match again, and Pink going for the 6, and once again missing that shot. Now you're watching this match right now, and you're probably going to be clicking off this video and thinking that there is we are both good players, but why are we missing so many shots? There is a lot of things that are going on here, guys, because pool is more of a mental game than a physical game, and obviously you can see that there is a little bit of nerves. Of course I can tell you, being the post commentator, I can tell you that I'm the one that's been, and I can tell you that I'm feeling a bit of heat because I just lost the match, and of course I'm not off to the greatest of start. Made a very, very huge mistake in the last rack. So now you can see here that all I'm trying to do here is just try to get a rack in, just trying to get a win under my belt. So I tried to play a containing safety by overcutting the 7, but again I'm leaving yet another serious sellout shot here. And now Mr. Pink has just played with a couple of rails, 3 rails position on the 8. That's a beautiful shot to set himself up to take a 2-rack lead. So you can see that the match is completely not that bad. Yes, there are a couple of shots that are being missed that is unusual by both players, but you can see that so far our intent to play the game the right way is improving. Right, the last match I believe started off a lot better than this one, but so far you can see that a couple of the mistakes that we have made may perhaps been mistakes that you guys would have made, are probably mistakes that you guys would have said, okay, let's take a note of that. This is what J Pink and Apexelgenio did. Let's make sure that we don't make these mistakes in our games that you're going to be playing, whether it be for free gambling or it's in a tournament. Alright, so J Pink here has taken a 2-rack lead and is definitely off to the ideal start. Right, it's a race to 9, and he's just trying to, you know, definitely bury me, as we would say in Jamaica, just bury me and take yet another victory in this match. So he's breaking from the same position as he was before, and again, as I said, it's not the ideal position, but every table play is different. So let's see what the result is. Last time he just broke the pack. Let's see if he has some more control. And that's a beautiful pop break. Oh my god, that was an amazing break shot. You can see the control on that break shot. Still did not get a nice shot on the one though. That 7 ball just kicked that 1 ball just overrolled a little bit, and now he has to play what is called a push out. Right, so he's just playing a what I will call the push out is a shot that you can play only after the break, where you are allowed to touch or not touch any ball on the table, whether it be the lowest or the highest numbered ball, to put your opponent in a difficult position. So he has allowed me to see a piece of the 1, so I'm actually going aggressive here with a 2-way opportunity here. I was trying to cut the 1 and get position on the 2, but in the event that I didn't, I would have hid myself behind the 3. The cue ball did not obey the path that I had predicted. So now Mr. Pink is down and he's going for another cut, and again undercutting that ball. So definitely the line of aim here is not the best. Alright, so definitely a couple of mistakes early in this rack. Alright, and it's not starting. Now here's where I'm going to be, where my mental game starts to get the best of me. Literally, I know that playing a thin safety on this one induces a high risk of scratch, but I was trying to play the 1 ball too thin, and here is where I made the biggest mistake that I could possibly make. You can see that I played that 1 ball way too thick, but the safety that I tried to play there was a not a high percentage, it was a low percentage safety, because I had to play the 1 thin enough and to get that cue ball to speed up. I really wanted the 1 to stay down there and the cue ball to come all the way back up here, but you can see that's a risky shot, and of course it didn't pay me any justice at all. So another huge error there. I've made about 3 or 4 of those errors so far. But Pink again has ball in hand. Couple that has been given away so far by both players. Alright, let me see if I can get the statistics up for you right here. Alright, good. So now you can see here Pink is on the 2 and just playing nice position from the 1 to the 2. Right, you can see now he's thinking about going in between the 8 and the 9, and he's trying to go a bit, if not between the 9 and the 4, he's trying to go under the 9, and that was a lovely sit. Look at the thread of that cue ball. Now I have to tell you that there are, as I said, there are good moments in this match that you ought to watch, and you can see that he has a certain understanding about the cue ball. He has a certain control about the cue ball, and you can see how he thread the needle between the 6 and the 8 and went under the 9. But of course, with the fact that we are playing precise positional pool, you can see therefore that we are still making some pocketing ability errors, and definitely we are both moving way too fast. Alright, we need to just slow it down a little bit. This is something that I'm definitely adding to my game, just kind of slowing down and thinking a bit more on the game. So there you can see that's a misdraw shot. That was a friendly bump onto the 9. That was definitely not something that I really wanted to do. I wanted to draw under the 9 and go into the line of the 7. But you know, friendly bump sometimes helps, and so I'm on the 7, just drawing the cue ball back for the 8. Steady stroke there, nicely done. And now I have ideal angle and position on the 8 to get onto the 9. So just going a couple of rails here, should be able to get onto the 9 relatively easy. Just using some top right hand spin, and that ball barely squiggled into the pocket. So you can see that thick hit on the 8 has caused me to fall short. I've been missing the bank shots. If you watched the previous video where Mr. Pink defeated me, I had missed a couple of easy bank shots, and so I wasn't really comfortable with this one. And so you can see going there, just leaning a little bit, bending, missing some it's really getting to the mental part of my game where I'm missing some easy shots onto the 9. I'm missing some easy bank shots that I usually make when I'm in practice. So definitely this is not a direct fault of mine, but obviously I need to adjust to the table and the bank speed and the bank angle faster before anything. So there you can see again, Mr. Pink has pretty much missed a easy 9 ball shot to take a 3-rack lead. So what would have now looked like 3-0 has now become 2-1. Alright, so couple of major errors being made in this match here, but surely surely guys, you cannot say that you have not seen the best and the worst of both players so far. Right, a couple of things that you guys need to be learning is take some more time on your shots, think about more options that are available on the table. When kicking, try to think more about kicking with intent, not just kicking to make contact, but kicking with intent. Right, focus more on controlling the cue ball, understanding, thinking about where you need the cue ball to go into the best line of position. And definitely there is more to see in this match here. So throughout this match, I have to tell you, throughout the previous match and this match, I had to be changing the position of my break because I could not find the sweet spot or the sweet break spot. So you can see I'm trying to break with a bit more control, and so trying to break with a bit more control obviously leads me to control the cue ball, but I'm not getting the spread as I was getting when I was breaking a bit harder. So right now I have to tell you that I'm in the experimental phase of my break shot, and I've been changing the break spots right throughout. It's not breaking like how my practice table breaks, so adjustment is necessary. And so I'm down on the one again. Alright, so let's see how we execute this shot here. Stroking the one ball, but again applying some unwanted inside spin, overcutting that one ball. Now this is a video that I'm going to be doing guys about aiming systems and aiming. So I'm going to show you one of the things that we do as players often and we don't realize, and that is when that we're aiming at a specific shot, we tend to apply unwanted side spin. It's not what we want to do, but it just usually happens because of some inconsistency in our stroke. So it's something that I want to show you guys how to correct. Alright, it's something that I've been working on for the past couple of weeks, so it's something that you guys definitely will want to learn about, so do check out that video when it comes out. Alright, so Mr. Pink there again, overcutting the one, leaving a relatively easy shot from the one, from the two, missing that two ball, pardon me, and leaving a relatively easy shot. So now I have to now try to get position right there on the 5 in that line. So if I can get anywhere in that region to which I wavered my cue, I should be okay to get a shot on the 5 to roll into position for the 6. So let's see if I can pocket this 3 ball here. So I'm rolling the shot, but again missing. This is one of the biggest downfall in most players' game. Missing very easy shots. If it is that you're going to miss a shot, it is easy to miss a tough shot than to miss an easy shot, and it's something that we as players we definitely need to work on, which is what's going to cause us to improve our game a lot better. Alright, so Mr. Pink here has played a really pinpoint position here on the 5, just a bare narrow tunnel there. Alright, so he has definitely, I don't think he was able to see the 5. I thought that he got in pinpoint position on the 5, but it didn't work out there. Alright, so he had to try to play a safety, but in fact it was a really good safety there. Not sure if it was intended, but whatever it is, he has landed in a nice position. So now here you can see I'm using what is known as the trapeze. I'm using a midpoint kick system here, where I'm just trying to predict the cue ball's path to which it must head into in order to head into the 5. So locate the midpoint position, aim, and hit that 5. It's a good kick, right? Got some distance, but it's still not a... I did leave him with an easy shot, but I definitely did not leave him with a not so makeable shot. Definitely he can make the shot, and there you can see almost making that shot. Alright, good try. Definitely good try there. That was a tough position, and he also got position under the 6. So that was pretty good. So now the angle that I have is leading me away from the 6, so definitely I may have to go a couple of rails around the table. So I'm just going to be using high right, but I think that I had mishit this cue ball here. So watch this. 1, 2, I put too much tops on it here, and I don't have the legs. That would have been a great positional shot had I had a little extra speed on that shot. So that was a good attempt, but now I'm going to have to duck and play a bit of safety here. And there you can see I'm not even set up properly to play the safety. So you can see there again another sellout, because now Mr. Pink seems to be going on the attack. So he seems to be going for a bank shot. I think he's actually going for the bank. almost making that bang shot there. Pretty good attempt, right? So he's making some good choices here in terms of the attack option. Not sure if the safety was a better choice, but it was a good attempt at that bang shot there. So now I'm again going to play a safety shot that I learned from, I have to mention who I learned it from, is Torlori, where you just bank the ball a couple of rails, 1, 2, 3, 4. I was trying to get under the 8 and the 7, but once again, the table is playing a bit short in terms of the rails, so that's something that I didn't even pick up while I was actually playing. I really overplayed the 4 rail safety. Fortuitous there, Mr. Pink getting a friendly bump onto the 7, onto the 6, sorry, onto the 8 to play position for the 7, and again getting a nice friendly bump onto that 9 to play pinpoint position for that 8. Again, I'm not sure if exact shots that he's playing is intentful, but I definitely know that he is playing with high percentage opportunity to fall into the right areas to run the rack out. And so again, another articulate run out, and another articulate clearance of about 4 balls or so by Mr. Pink. So that has allowed him to take a 3-1 lead. Apexelgenio, after losing the last match 13-9, is off to a bad start. But I have to tell you guys that whenever you practice, I learned this from a professional player, a professional Jamaican player who is now overseas playing. He said to me that practice does not make perfect. Practice makes a habit, and practice makes improvement. So I've been putting in a lot of work on the table, but what I'm working on when I'm practicing is just maintaining a level of consistency and understanding how the game is supposed to be played the right way. So why am I not performing as well? There are other variables that are at play here as it relates to the mind, the conditions of the table, the score line, how well I am playing and executing my shots. So different things are happening here. So 3-1 lead for Mr. Pink. He's off to a flying start. He just needs 6 more racks to take this match. So let's see how the match goes. Again, breaking from the same area. So he seems to like that area there. Last time he got a beautiful pop on that break, but I don't think he hit that one ball a bit full enough. And he didn't hit it with that top spin. So he didn't get a chance to pop. The cue ball just went through as he tried to break the rack open. He has left himself with some cluster here, but let's see if he's going to go for a safety or the attack. And he's definitely going for the attack, banking the 1 there. Alright, missing another bank. So he has missed 2 close bank shots. So definitely some adjustment there is needed. You can see that he's definitely not feeling good, because obviously he's used to making certain shots like this when he's in practice. So evidently if it's not working out now, there must be something wrong. Anyways, pretty good shot there to open up the rack a little bit, the cluster. So now I'm just going to play a shot on the 2 here. Played a bit hard, not sure if this was the actual intent. Almost scratching, but wow, not even getting a good roll. Alright, it was a good breakout shot to open the cluster, but the 2 to the 3 was ideal. I definitely think that there could have been another option, or maybe a smoother option I should say. So now I have to take the short stick out again to try to execute yet another jump. I tried this on the 4, I missed it the last time. Let's see how this works here to try to jump this 3 here. Alright, pop, bang, into the pocket. Excellent execution. A tap on the table by Pink. Automatic position onto the 4. Beautiful layout here. Alright, should be in prime position. Alright, so good breakout from the 1 into the cluster. Played a bad position from the 2 to the 3, executing a prolific shot on the 3 to get position on the 4. Jump stop shot, cutting the 4, going a couple of rails, getting a friendly bump onto that 7. Didn't hurt me much. Definitely didn't want to touch any balls there, but I didn't get hurt. So now I have a shot onto the 5. I can stay right there in that area for the 6. Alright, nice stun draw shot there. Had some unwanted spin there. So now you can see that I need to come into that line there, and I'm on the wrong side of the 6. So I'm going to have to go a couple of rails here to come into that line of that 7. 1, 2, 3, and into the line of the 7. Ideal. All right, another tap on the table. Two very good shots played. But now let's see here. Definitely understroking that shot. Now here you're gonna see another big mistake, and I have to tell you before I actually make it. I'm stretching, I'm trailing, and I'm not aiming properly. I'm not going through my pre-shot routine very well, and there you can see again missing another important 9. What does that what can we learn from this? Separating aside from what is going to happen to the rack, what can we learn from this? You end up with a shot that you're not comfortable with. You have to go through the whole entire shot routine to make sure that you at least make the shot, because after doing all that much hard work on that shot to get onto that 9, I misplayed the shot. Definitely this is something that we need to work on. It is that whenever we land on a tough shot, we tend to want to rush the shot too much, and that is what's going to cause us to miss most of our shots when we are playing pool. All right, so definitely work on that, guys. If that ever happens to you, you end up with a shot that you are not likable to make, or you feel very uncomfortable, just take a few seconds to just breathe and try to execute the shot as best as you can. Not saying that you're going to make the shot all the time. I'm saying that you're going to have to make the shot if it is that you go through the whole shot routine process. So now I've ended up with a really tough long shot here, and of course now if I don't make this, I could possibly sell out the game here. And this is also on a scratch angle, because I could be heading to that corner pocket there, and as you can see, that cue ball nearly scratching. That was a risky shot. I was just trying to just take whatever I got on the table. There was a safety option there, but I didn't actually see it, and I will disclose it to you. I'm going to get another opportunity to play that safety, which I'm going to show you. So remember this rock here where I actually was supposed to play a safety that I didn't see. So I'm going to tell you all about it in a few moments. So he now has a shot onto the 9, and again missing the shot onto the 9. So two very easy 9s missed by Pink there. And so now again I am left with another tough shot, and this is what will happen to you as pool players. You miss a very important shot or an easy shot in pool, sometimes you end up with more tough shots, and this is why you have to practice these shots, because they come up a lot in games whenever your opponent miss an uncharacteristic shot. And there you can see just the tightness of that table, literally. That was a pretty good shot. A slightly bigger pocket would have allowed me to, gravity would have allowed that 9 ball to go down, but just overhitting that ball slightly obviously made me miss that 9. So that was a really strange rock. Both of us missed the 9 twice, but Pink eventually came out victorious in this rock here. Alright, so pretty good so far. Lots of stuff that you have learned. As I said to you from the beginning, guys, when you're watching the match, it's just one of those matches where you're never going to see, you're not going to see anything that's going to say, okay, wow, that's a great run out, or wow, that's a great couple of shots. You're going to see more mistakes than you actually see excellent gameplay. But learning the game of professional pool is all about the process and how you develop after you've made so many errors. I've watched this match about 2 or 3 times before actually posting it, so I've seen all my little errors that I've made, and now I am a better player because I'm now able to identify all these errors that both my opponent is playing and I am playing. And also I get a chance to study Mr. Pink game. Not saying that this is his best game, but I'm saying that I get a chance to see some of his more usual mistakes that he's making consistent in the match. This is a better break shot. Even though it's a dry break, he has gotten a better spread, and of course he has definitely gotten a he's not gotten a legal shot onto the 1, but he didn't make a ball anyway. So I tried to play a push out. Now here's the science behind this push out here. I know he's an aggressive player, and I knew he was going to go for the 1, so I gave him the option to go for the 1, knowing that he was going to try to actually play for the 2. So I was trying to get him to become aggressive, and yes, he did become aggressive. All right, so he has missed the 1 again, another very important shot that he has missed, and so he has not left me in the best of position. But I've seen an opportunity here where I can just pocket this 1, and I would automatically have position onto the 2, and that was a great shot again from the 1 to the 2. I'm gonna put out a video, guys, of best shots played by Pink and Apexelgenio, so do look out for that. All right, there are a lot of good shots that were played, a lot of good safeties that were played, so definitely let's look out for that, guys. All right, nice little cut there coming off 2 rails. Right, there was no real pocket for the 3 though. All right, not sure. I think that maybe a safety would have been a lot better there, because there was no legal shot. So now I'm gonna have to try to play a safety. I'm just gonna try to bank this 3, bring the cue ball up to the short rail, and bring that 3 ball down back to the short rail here. And that was an excellent safety shot there. Has it leaked? I'm not sure. If he's gonna go for the short cue, it's gonna be a great safety. Good continuing shot. He has a jump, so he's out with the short stick, he's going for it, so that was a good safety play there. Again, excellent shot by Apexelgenio. Ladies and gentlemen, it's very important that you learn as a player when to play offense and when to play defense, which one will give you. I've spoke about this in a lot of my scenario videos, where I say to you that, hey, an offensive shot is just as a defensive shot is just as powerful as an offensive shot. So you've got to know when to play which and what will give you the best advantage. And there you can see a failed jump shot by Mr. J Pink, giving yet another ball in. And so a very good safety that extracted a ball in hand in this match. So now I'm gonna have to figure out how do I get onto this 4, because it's tied up with the 9. Now I'm going around to have a look. You can see if I can get into that area there, into that line, I should be okay. So I'm gonna try to break out the 4, because if I can get into that line with the cue ball, I'm just gonna follow into that line, I should be able to knock out the 4 and push the 4 towards the the top right hand pocket. So you can see there I kind of came in too short. I came into the 5 instead of into the 4, but I've still landed on the 4. So now I'm gonna have to play defense here. Just snuck that 4 ball onto the 9. I wanted to really put the cue ball onto the 9 and get that 4 ball to wrap around to the 6 and the 5, but again I have not left a legal shot. So it's a good safety. He's going for the long kick, and it was again another ball in, and that is 2 fouls in a row, resulting in a ball in hand. So you can see that the game is not all about attack, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes just defensive is beautiful. Gets the opponent to make a mistake that he or she does not necessarily want to make. Alright, so 4 and onto the 5. Even looks a little weird though. Wow. After getting that ball in hand, after a good safety or a good attempted safety, I made a miss once again. So you can see missing those easy shots, ladies and gentlemen, is what's causing us to really, and sometimes a lot of persons say it's just because I missed the shot why I didn't run out, but it's besides that, right? Sometimes it's really the nerves, the mental game playing tricks on us. And so you can see there again, just missing that 5 ball is a grimace. Being down 4, I believe it's 4-1, yes. Being down 4-1 is really getting a toll on me after losing that match. And that's a beautiful couple of real shot. Lovely piece of inside spin on that shot there to play position. Would have definitely liked to be straight in on that 8 to that top right hand pocket. But now he's going to have to try to cut this 8 and go a couple of rails for the 9. So cutting the 8, woo, almost, woo. The position on the 9 would have been lovely, but he has not made the 8. Cutting that 8 ball, undercutting that 8 ball to the side. So now, all I have now is just the 8, trying to get onto the 9. So it's a straightish kind of shot. Gonna have to follow and come up rail. So let's see what happens here. Rattling that 8 in the pocket. Wow! Little luck on my favor here. Landing nicely for the 9. It's 9 ball. What is 9 ball without a little bit of luck? A little bit of fortune. I missed the 8 into the intended pocket, but it went into another pocket. And of course, giving me a nice position onto the 9 to fortuitously reduce the deficit from 4 rocks. 4-1 down to now 4-2. Have a couple of friends just walking in there, heard about the match, It was posted in one of our pool groups. So they're just coming in and, you know, trying to find out what is the score. You can hear the talking and stuff. So they're just, that's my friend, that's my acquaintance Rookie, and he's just coming in just trying to find out the score and stuff. And you know, this is just what pool is like in our country. This is a gambling match, this is not a tournament match. So everybody, you know, they were just talking. Usually I don't talk in my matches, but you know, I'm in a different area, so I have to just kind of blend in with the crowd and, you know, just be familiar. At this point, trading 4-2, I'm up against the ropes. It's all about just hoping for the best outcome. Whatever I can get out of the game, I will take. If I have to get a little bit of luck, I just need to reduce the deficit as best as I possibly can and as fast as I can, because too much mistakes will allow Ping to really dig a deep hole and bury me before I even get a chance to get out. So again, on the break shot here, switching my break spot area. Still you can see that I'm trying to break with a certain level of control. And I didn't get the spread. I got the control but no spread. And I didn't leave him with a makeable shot on the 1. So what is he going for? He's going for a safety with some inside spin, and that's a lovely safety. Just using the 4 as a stopper or a guide for the 1, and just using that inside spin to check off the short rail coming behind that 8, 7 and 9. Great safety shot there by Pink, and that I can tell you was a very intentful shot. So now I'm gonna have to try to play a kick. Alright, there's a 1 rail opportunity available, but now what I'm looking for is just to go 3 rails behind the 1. As it relates to, if a lot of times when I try to do these kicks, a lot of persons, I am sure that a lot of persons would not necessarily go for this kick. So I'm actually using a Tour Lorry's 3 rail kick system here. And kicking is one of my favorite parts of the game. I enjoy it so much. So literally, I'm using a system here. You can see I'm measuring and I'm trying to go 3 rails, just causing some separation between the 1 and the cue ball. So if I can get the 1 ball to go up there, lovely little kick shot there. Great shot. Great shot. Worst outcome that you could possibly think of, but it was a great escape regardless. Excellent kick shot there on the 1. So now Mr. Pink here just rolling that 1, and over rolling position on the 1, snookered himself behind the 8. Now he has to kick 2 rails. Now again, I wanna show you something, guys. Alright, and as the match is played on, you can see that he went down so quickly on that kick. He felt the angle of the kick so fast. Again, I say, it's just something that I have to work on a lot. I have to literally be taking my time. And I do recommend, I'm not a professional player, I'm just a player in training, but I recognize that the professional players take a lot of time when you're playing certain shots, and especially a kick. You have to be very sensitive, you have to be very detailed about the angle of the kick. And I saw that Pink went down a little bit there and played the kick a bit too fast. Surely he has to know that he's gonna have to take some time out to play a better attempt at his kicks. All right, we've spoken about this, so nothing I'm saying here is not going to be unfamiliar to him. Right, so again, good shot from the 2 to the 3, but didn't land nicely. Again, just not getting as lucky as I would like to be to get onto the ball. So had to play a safety, and again it was a failed safety because I gave Mr. Pink a shot at the 3 there. Alright, he missed the 3 though. Now I have a shot here. Now what I have to do now is that the 7, the 8 and the 9 is tied up, but the 7 has a pocket. I just have to land on a dime to make that 7. So let's see if I can cut this 3 ball down. Overcutting the shot. Definitely my mental game has been affected by the missed shots, by the missed safeties, by the unlucky rolls that I'm getting. Not complaining, just stating the facts of what is actually happening in the match. Nice stay stroke there. Pretty good stroke on the 3, but he needed a little bit more draw on that 4. So now he has a shot on the 4. It's a 50-yard shot, but just to get position on the 6 is going to be tough. So let's see what he decides here. He's going for the attack. I believe he was. Yes, he was. He was going for the attack. So again, he has undercut that 4. And there has been a couple of undercuts by both of us in this match. So a couple of undercut shots here, and that's causing us to sell out the game more often than not. So just cutting that 4, coming off 1, 2 rails, maybe 3, bumping off, nice shot here to land on the 6. I'm on the spot on the 6, but to get position I would have liked to be on the other side where I could stun across. So now I'm going to have to try to break out this 7 here, because I can't land in that area right here that I would like to land in. So I have to try to break out and play the ball a bit too hard, breaking out but not getting the pocket, the legal shot. Sorry, not the legal shot, but I didn't get the ball deposited into the pocket. So now Mr. Pink here seen a slid off the 6 and tried to play a safety, and it was indeed a very good containing safety, because now I don't have a shot. Now I wanted to have a look at this safety, guys, that I played here, and it looks like it's not intentful, but it is. I plan to overcut the 6 and leave it onto the short rail, so if I can get that cue ball to go back over to that side where it is right now, it would be a very good containing safety, and indeed it was. Now it's not a safety where you're hiding the cue ball from the opponent, you're actually just trying to leave him with a tough shot, and indeed it was a very good containing shot. Now Mr. Pink is just trying to wedge that cue ball up onto that 9. Difficult safety play here to play, because he's playing the safety behind 1 ball. So whilst doable, it was a tough shot. Good attempt, Mr. Pink, on that safety. So now all I have to do now here is to try to construct another safety. Now I'm going to play a cross side safety here, just crossing the side rail, going over to the side rail, trying to bring the 6 ball down to the end rail and bringing the cue ball all the way back up here. So you can see just beating that 6 there, bringing that 6 ball all the way back down, that cue ball all the way back down here, leaving Mr. Pink here with another great containing safety. I think these are shots that it's definitely shots that you would love to see. These are very good containing shots, and it takes a level of knowledge to execute these shots, guys, not only by me but also by Mr. Pink, because he too has also played some great safety attempts, some great containing safety. So there you can see a good safety, a good defense will result in giving you an opportunity to become offensive in the match. So now I'm on the wrong side of the 6 to get back onto the 7. So I'm going to have to put some force into this, power this ball here, stroking it in a couple of rails. Didn't have enough right spin on that. So now good shot onto the 6, but I didn't get a nice shot onto the 7. The 7 is makeable though, definitely makeable. So let's see if I can just kind of pocket this 6. It's a tough shot, but if I settle down, I just got lucky and reduced the deficit from 4-1 to 4-2. Let's see how the luck is when it comes to getting position. I've gotten some unlucky rolls here, so let's see so far if I can land. I'm looking to play some sort of safety maybe. Is it? It looks like I'm attacking, I'm not sure. Seems to be going for the attack. Oh, just kind of banking that ball here. Oh, I can see. So banking and stunning forward for the 8. And again, what is 9 ball without a little bit of fortune? The last game, I missed the 8. It went into a pocket and I got position onto the 9. And again, I missed the bank on the 7. And I got position on the 8 to play position for the 9. Again, just getting some fortunate rolls here. I think that has cancelled out all the unlucky rolls that I've gotten so far. So this is just what the game of 9 ball is all about. It's a very fun game once you understand it and you can play it. It's really, really enjoyable. You can see that turning my arm there, that is definitely signs of nerves. Once you see an opponent playing a shot and he's moving his body, moving his arm, there's always some signs of nerves, some signs of anxiety, some signs of apprehension, you know, just wanting to just get settled. You know, I'm not settled, just lost the match, as I mentioned time and time again just a few minutes ago. So it's playing on my mind, and then I was off to a really bad start where Mr. Pink was leading me 4 racks to 1. So just trying to fight back here and trying to just even out the scores, and then perhaps just resetting my mind again to do what is necessary. Alright, so the score is now 4-3. And again, changing that break spot. No, well, I didn't change it. I broke from the same area this time. So again, you can see the controlled attempt at the break shot. So definitely not hitting the ball wild. So this is improvement, I have to say. This is improvement. And I deposited the ball into the corner, I believe. That was good because I'm still at the table. So now, the 1 to the 2 is a natural 9-ball positional shot. Just playing some low. Stroking that cue ball there, just allowing the angle to take place there. Lovely. Landing nicely onto the 2. The 3 is out into the open. So just coming off one rails maybe, just off the short rail and just coming into the line of the 3 should be ideal. Great shot, beautiful control on the cue ball so far. Good control so far. So good couple of shots there. And now I have to land onto the 3. Now I have to play the 3 to land onto the 5. Where is this 5 ball? The 5 ball is near to the 8. So I have an angle. I'm going to have to perhaps draw into the 5 to try to develop the 5 or draw below. I'm not sure if I have enough. I have a bit too much angle. I was just trying to draw below the 5 there. Or above, apparently. Made contact with the 5. But definitely not leaving myself in an offensive opportunity. So I'm going to have to duck. Play defense here. Getting that cue ball behind the 8. Hiding. Very good. Very good safety so far. Making use of the luck that I've gotten so far with pocketing those 2 balls accidentally. But again, you can see that kick shot. He's just kicking to make contact with the 5. Not sure if he wanted the cue ball or the 5 ball at a certain area, but he's definitely kicking pretty good. He's definitely kicking pretty good. But just the kicking with the intent is just something that he definitely will have to work on. And also that's something that I have to improve on so far. Alright, kicking with a level of intent. Right. So there you can see there, just trying to play two-rail safety. The 5 ball got leaked out there a little bit. Okay. So missing another easy shot there, I should think, on the 5. It wasn't a tough shot. Or was it? So now I don't have a attacking shot here. I could pocket the 5, but I'm not guaranteed position onto the 6. So I feel like I'm just going to go for the 5-9 and just try to hold the cue ball behind the 8. Everything went wrong there. Everything went wrong. I was just trying to get there. As you can see, I pointed. I was just trying to hold the cue ball behind the 8 and try to deposit the 9 at the same time. So a couple of shots, couple of options I wanted to execute in that one shot. Didn't work out in my favor. And you can see, do you see the turn of the arm there? Let me just pull that up a little bit. Yeah, you see that turn of the arm there? Yes. That turn of the arm there is what caused Mr. Pink to miss that shot. And that happened to me on the last shot that I played on the 9. You can see the body movement. So there's definitely other variables that are at play here. This is not all about the ability that we have. It's all about the fact that the scoreline is closed. I'm coming back with a couple of rolls. Mr. Pink was leading 4-1. So definitely that turn of the arm there is reason for that miss. Alright, again, playing bad position from the 5 to the 6. Now I'm going to have to duck again. You can see just thin cutting that 6 there just to go under the 7. But the line of the cue ball, again, is not being assessed properly by Apexelgenio. So another fail safe here. Mr. Pink has an opportunity there to go offense, overcutting the shot. Now remember, I had told you earlier about the fact that sometimes when players are making shots, they tend to play the shots with unintended side spin. You can see that he didn't just overcut that ball, but that ball had some outside spin on it. So he played with right spin, which automatically threw the ball to the left, overcutting the shot. Alright, very close on that shot though, drawing that cue ball back for the 7, very close to scratching. So now I am gonna have to remember that shot earlier about the 7 where I was stretching. There you can see again, just settling down on that one, depositing that one this time, and now just getting set onto this 8. Playing 9 position now. Let's see if we can get onto the 9 pretty clean. Just settling down there, one rail is coming out, back for the 9 and taking advantage again. Alright, Mr. Pink just conceding that particular game there. Now the score is at 4-4. Alright, in professional pool or in amateur level pool, guys, whether it be gambling or tournament, you've got to understand that it's all about the momentum swing. Alright, Every player is fighting to grab that momentum and hold on to it. The moment the momentum starts to shift is the moment you have to decide that, hey, is it shifting in my favor? Let's reset. Let's forget about what has happened so far. All the bad shots, all the missed shots. The score is now 4-4, right? I have a chance now. The score is almost like 0-0. It's like we're starting the match all over again. We're both going to have to race to 5 here in order to take this match. So now I'm a little bit settled. The momentum is in my favor. And once again, a nice little control break there. Almost depositing a ball, but a nice little control break here. Getting nice spread, but it's a dry break. So Mr. Pink here is down on the shot, and would you look at this positional shot. Absolutely amazing. Playing with low right hand swing, coming 3 rails for the 2. Again, there you can see. If you haven't seen so far, ladies and gentlemen, after playing a really good shot, both players tend to get into themselves a little bit. And you can see there that like when I played the shot earlier to get onto the 6, I played the 6 a bit too hard to break out the 7. Mr. Pink played a lovely shot onto that 1 to get onto the 2, but just stroking that 2 ball a little bit too hard and getting missed shot onto that 2. Again, I want you to pay attention. I post this shot on my Instagram, guys, and this you see here, I'm using a 2 rail system. This shot was actually intended 2 rails, banking the 2 behind the 7, getting the cue ball and using the 7 as a guide. Lovely, lovely safety shot. I cannot say it anymore when I posted it on my Instagram page. That was an excellent shot there. So it was very intentful, and that's what I'm talking about. Not because I'm the one that played the shot, but it's the fact that, you know, sometimes just making an effort to do a shot stands out more than not doing the right shot. Alright, so Mr. Pink tried to kick at the 2 to try to deposit the 6, but the kick was a bit too wide, so now he has left me with a 2-9 combo, a carom. Based on the way how the table has laid up, I think I only have 1 shot, but just to go at the 2-9. Mr. Pink is down already. Already down, just deciding. He sees the angle to make the contact, but is he going to get safety? He's kicking. It had a lot of spin on that ball there. Definitely selling out. Alright, selling out the shot, not selling out the game, obviously. So now I'm on the 2-6 here. Depositing the 6, holding the 2 ball into the pocket there. So now I have to try to play position onto this 3 ball here. I just have to get a shot on the 3 to decide whether to play offense or defense. So play with some high spin there. Getting fortunate again, a friendly bump onto that 7, leaving me with a shot. Now I can decide here and then now if I can play offense or defense. And so again I see a carom shot. That's the 3 to the 5. Now there's a level of safety available here because that 3 ball will be going down to the rail. But I believe that, I'm not sure whether the shot was actually to go for the carom or to play the safety or both. But had I made that 5, I would have been snookered on the 3. So I don't think that was the best shot. Even though I got a favorable outcome where I did not leave Mr. Pink with a shot onto the 3, I was very fortunate in getting that because the rebound angle on the 3, it grazed the cue ball on its way down, hence getting the 3 ball into that area. So it was not an intentful shot. It was definitely a very fortuitous shot here. So Mr. Pink down, jumping at that 3, making contact, legal contact that is. Let's see where the cue ball ends up. Alright, so again, good touch onto the 3, but he's not the favorite to win this rack here at the moment. So now Mr. Apex here is down onto the 3, rolling this 3 ball in with some follow, leaving a shot onto that 4. The 5 is in the pocket, so position is guaranteed regardless of how the shot is played. So just playing with some tops here, just coming off 1 rail, maybe 2 rails, getting a shot onto the 5. Great shot here. The 5 onto the 7. Believe I'm just going to go outside here in between the 8 and the 7. Definitely not ideal. Didn't want to make contact with that 7. But it was a good bump onto the 7. That was not the intent. There was a good shot onto the 7. Considering I have the momentum, the shots look a little bit easier. So stroking the 7 ball in, automatic position onto the 8. Lovely shot there. And all I have to do is just roll this 8 ball in. The 9 ball is in the pocket. Not a very difficult shot at this level. And I warrant this to be a very good clearance after a fortuitous safety and an not so fortunate outcome for Mr. Pink. Apexelgenio has definitely fought back here to take a 5-4 lead when he was just moments ago down 4-1. The momentum is definitely in my favor. Cracking down on 4 games in a row. So it's not a bad match so far, as I said, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you guys are learning from this match. I mentioned to you at the beginning, guys, that the match is not one of the matches that you're going to see some of the greatest shots or the greatest positional play, but you're going to see some good stuff, but you're going to see more stuff that you can actually learn from and hopefully add to your game. All right, so let's see how the rest of the match goes. All right, here we go. So again, breaking from the same spot. So far, the last 2 breaks have been controlled. Again, another beautiful control break. Excellent shot. Excellent break shot. Very good spread, very good control. This is the consistency that we are looking for. And so having a 5-4 lead with a good break like this, nice spread, should warrant a run out. And again you can see a lot of time, needed more time to look at that 1 ball to see if there was another option available. I just stun stroke that 1 ball right into the pocket, playing it a bit too hard. And so you can see just missing that easy shot that could definitely affect the outcome of the match. This is something that I definitely need to work on, keeping the momentum once I've earned it or once I've been given the momentum. All right. So missing that easy shot there after such a lovely break is definitely unforgivable. And usually the pool gods will punish you if it is that you make serious errors like this one. But a good continuing shot here. All right, Mr. Pink was not left with a shot on the 1, but he definitely constructed a well thought out safety on the 1. So now I have to be kicking at this 1 here, 1 rails. All right, definitely you can see the speed of the kick. All right, it didn't work out in my favor, but I definitely just wanted to kind of tap that 1, bring it down to the short rail, but it didn't work out there. Lovely little stroke there on that 1. You can see the level of control that he has on certain shots that he plays. He seems to favor certain shots where he has to play with center ball. It seems as if when he's playing with spin, he tends to overhit the ball a little bit. He plays the shot well, but he tends to overhit the shot. He plays a lot better based on my observation. When he's playing with the vertical axis of the cue ball, he tends to play a lot better. All right, you can see so far controlled. Nice roll here. Nice shot onto the 4. Ooh, short side. Now he has to play a 5-9 combination or a bank onto the 5. Okay, so he seems to be going for the carom. He's definitely played himself out of position on the 5. So he went for the carom and he has missed the shot. Now I do have a shot onto the 5 here, but it's a tough shot. It's once I make the 5, I should get position onto the 6. But let's see here. Seems like I'm going for a natural safety. Now would you look at that safety? Wow. That's a decision. That has to do with personal preference, because most players would have definitely gone for the cut on the 5. Because the position on the 6 would have been automatic, but I wasn't feeling it. I needed to keep the momentum. That was a great shot. Great safety. He's still seen a piece of the 5, but it was still a very good attempt at the safety. Alright, slid off the 5 there. Alright. So now you can see here that just trying to get a hold of the game here. Just nudging that cue ball, that 5 ball up, just not leaving a shot. Now down pretty quickly there onto that 5. Seems as if that was an automatic bank for Mr. Pink there. Wow. Down pretty quickly on that 5 though. Again, you can see that that is one of the biggest problems that most of us as pro players have, including myself. We're not taking a lot of time to think about the options that we have available. And if we can do that, we will simply become a lot better players. Lovely stroke on that 5. Wonderful shot. Beautiful. Great shot. Alright, so now I'm on the 6. Let's see if I can finish the rack here. Need to get onto that 7. Just going side rail here, it seems. Pretty good shot. Needed more speed though. Ooh. Ouch. On the rail. Out in the middle of the table would have been a lot better. So definitely speed control is going to be key. I didn't get the speed that I wanted. So now I'm straight in on the 7. I'm going to have to cheat the pocket a little bit here to try to get position onto the 9. Nice throw. Ooh, deadly mistake. Oh my god. Last time I made a mistake on the 7. Alright, so just making that mistake onto that 7 there. The last rack. Or like the first. Was it the first or the second rack? And scratched the 7. Pocketed the 7 and scratch. And again I pocketed the 7 and I've scratched again. Again, just giving Mr. Pink here back the momentum that I've worked for. I worked so hard for it. The score is now 5-5. It's now a race to 4. Mr. Pink is now back into the match. He too now has to just reset his mind and look at the game or look at the match as if it has just started. Alright. At no given point, ladies and gentlemen, can you ever play a complete match and the same mindset you had at the beginning you'll have right throughout the match. There's gonna have to be some resetting take place throughout because different things will happen to you during the match. Alright? But it's been a fairly good it's been a fairly good match so far. The score shows you that there is definitely some level of equivalenceness or equivalence, I should say, throughout the match. Mistakes made on both sides, kicking, banking, jumping, position play, missing shots. It has all been leveled out so far. So let's see the rest of the match and how it goes here. Good break shot, good spread. Is there a ball that has been deposited? No. There's no deposited shot here. I'm hidden from the 1, so definitely I'm gonna have to play a push out. Now the push out is, as I said, I've already explained to you, the push out is just a shot that you can play anywhere on the table, touch any ball, whether it be high or the lowest numbered ball, and the opponent has a chance to give you back the shot or to definitely take on the shot. And depending on the player, they may want to take on whatever shot you provide to them regardless. So that was not the best of push out because you can see the speed at which Mr. Pink played that one ball here. He has already made up his mind that he's going to take on the top 2. So now he has just missed that shot, unfortunately. And wow, another mistake. 2 serious mistakes in the same pocket. At this point in the game can turn at any point. Because with 2 back-to-back mistakes in 2 consecutive shots, this is definitely something that you don't want to happen to you. Alright? I'm gonna have to get control of this match here. Mr. Pink looking very serious here. He's definitely not done much wrong, but he's definitely not winning the racks as how he would have really liked to win the match here. Alright, so that's how he goes about running this rack here. He's play position for the 3. 3 is in the side. This is just coming off nicely. Very good, very steady stroke so far. He's straight in on the 4. Does he have a little bit of angle? He's playing low, so he's just drawing back the cue ball for the 5 in the side. And again, another missed shot. Alright, so definitely some unusual missed shots by both players. You guys are watching this, so I'm sure you're entertained by whatever you see. Alright, hopefully you're learning from this though. Okay, so another missed shot. Both players missed the 4 balls. Players definitely see that shot here. that 4 ball does not want to obey the law of gravity. Well, okay, the pass is the pass, let's move on. Mr. Pink is down onto the 4. Automatic position onto the 6, just rolling the 5 in. And now, ideally, he would like to land above the 7 to play it straight down. But let's see here. He just wants to kind of come in. Is he trying to develop the 7? Or is he trying to land on the 7? With that speed, lovely roll. Wow, great shot. Absolutely fantastic. Lovely little friendly bump onto that 8 there. I'm not sure if he wanted to actually develop or clear the pocket. If that was his intent, excellent. But whatever the intent was, the outcome was absolutely great. And all he has to do is just stop, follow, draw, and get a shot onto the 9. Very good clearance so far. He's definitely regained the momentum that he had when he was leading 4 racks to 1. He is now taking back the lead, 6-5. Mr. Pink needs 3 more racks to win. Mr. Apex needs 4 more racks to win. So there has been some good clearances, guys. The match is not completely out of sorts. It's not, yeah, we have some missed shots that are very uncharacteristic, but it happens when the pressure is on. And for the players who know about pressure, they will know that some of the simplest things that you think that you would never make happens in the highest level of intense match that you can find yourself in. So Mr. Pink seems to favor that break here because all his break shots so far, all 6 of his breaks have been from that exact position. So it seems to be an area that he perhaps have some success in. And so this is yet another successful break that he has had. He's now had a clear shot. He now has a clear shot onto the 1. And so natural position from cutting the 1 and let's play the 2 here. Oh, missing again. Right, missing that shot again. So now the 1 to the 2, difficult. Definitely going defense here. Banking that 1. Just trying to bring it up to the short rail here. Was successful in getting the cue ball, with the 1 ball definitely leaked out there. Mr. Pink has a slither of the 1. So he seems to be going under the 6. Good attempt. Good attempt here. I do apologize for the 2 gentlemen in the side of the camera. Right, I apologize for that, viewers. But we're back on track here. Mr. Pink just missing the safety there on that. And again, missing that easy 1. But fortuitously getting the cue ball behind. Down quickly with the left hand spin here. Mr. Pink is just trying to... What happened? That was a snap, apparently. Because he was just trying to go perhaps 2 rails, I believe. So he snapped his cue there. And he has made contact with the 2 before the 1, hence giving me a ball in hand. Alright, so down onto the 1, pocketing, stun drawing over to the middle of the table. This angle is a tough angle though, because I'm going to have to perhaps go 2 rails, maybe 3 rails to get back onto the 3, or I could draw below the 3, 1, 2 rails. So I didn't think out that position. I just played the 1, and it's something that I'm guilty of. I tend to play the game a bit too quick. It's something that you've seen right short this match for both players. But definitely for me, it has been a serious issue that I've been addressing for the past couple of months. Just trying to think 3 balls ahead consistently. I do it most of the time, but I don't do it consistently. And so I tried to play another safety like I had played on the 1 ball earlier, but I didn't have enough speed onto the 2. So it didn't work out there. Not sure what the shot intent was there by Mr. Pink, but he definitely got fortuitous. And he's now hide the shot, the 2 ball from me pretty good kick shot here, but again, I believe this is what I would call a sellout. This 2 ball definitely can go into the side. It can definitely go play defensive here, but Mr. Pink is stroking that ball with some inside draw. So he was definitely going for the 2 and 3. I don't think that position was automatic, but you know, a shot maker definitely sometimes gets the best when he goes offensive. So Mr. Pink did himself justice there by not did himself justice, but he tried to play a very exotic shot from the 2 to the 3. Didn't work out this time, but let's see how it works out for Apex. Rolling that 2 ball in, landing on the 3. Austin trying to draw back for that 4 all the way up to the short rail there. Too much speed. You can see that these pockets do not accept the balls whenever you play too hard. So Mr. Pink here, down again, spinning that ball with some inside tops, but he's landed on top of the 4. Not ideal. However, there is a 4-9 carom combination available. Going for it. Ooh, close. Hitting that 9 ball again. Definitely selling out there. He had an opportunity to take the 7-6 lead. But I guess he just kind of landed somewhere where he didn't like. And that is a very good attempted safety. Can he see the 4? Oh, it's not a full safety, but it's containing. He can see a slither of the 4. No, he cannot. He's going for the kick. So that's a very good safety. Again, great shot. Ooh, kicking wildly. Right, very good attempt. He got close, but wasn't close enough. Thinking just needed to just measure up that angle some more though. So if you're watching this match, Mr. Pink, hopefully I don't sound a bit biased, as I've been accused by one of my subscribers. Say that I'm a bit biased when I'm talking, but I try my very best to just be as diligent towards what the player's intent and what the player's options are. I definitely don't want to make it come off as if I am the better player, but it's definitely something that we both have some issues that we need to work on. And here you can see again another fundamental error there. I tried to play for the 5-9, but I definitely played myself out of position. Didn't play the 4 ball properly into the side pocket, falling short. So now I have to create something. Now Mr. Pink is down onto the 5. He's playing with some low right hand spin here, coming off 2 rails. You can see he's just trying to play position for the 6. He got the position on the 6, but he has missed the 5, overcutting the 5. This is fortuitous. Did he get a safety? Yes. I have the short stick in my hand, so definitely a safety. Fortuitous one, that is. I love that word though. Just jumping over here. Let's see if I can get something, some action. Maybe get the cue ball into an area. Hopefully make contact on the 5. Good attempted jump. Let's see where the 5 ball lands. Didn't land nicely for me, but lands nicely for Mr. Pink. So he has a chance again. 5 into the side, 6 ball is automatic, it's down near to the corner pocket. He just needs to meet this 5 ball here, and missing the 5 ball. So he has missed a couple of shots like that with the 5 ball. Not with the 5 ball, but missed a couple of side pocket shots. And it has cost him a couple of racks. So let's see here. 5, deposited nicely. Leaning, ooh, 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 ooh. If I had just grazed that 9, I would have put myself into a safe area there. So now I'm back onto the 6 here. Hopefully just trying to just keep this cue ball onto the table. Wow. That's definitely a wild shot onto that 6. Cue ball didn't have much control on it. That could have scratched easily. But nevertheless then, 5 to the 6, the 6 to the 7. Just 1 reel, 2 reels here to play position for the 9. Definitely played that shot a bit too hard. Now I have a tough cut onto the 9. Very doable. This is a doable shot. Let's see how I make this execution. Playing with some topspin and overcutting. Oh my god. That was an absolutely disastrous shot. The score is now 6-all, I believe. The score is now 6-all. Missing that shot horribly. Let's see, Mr. Pink should deposit this 9. Stood up into the pocket. Wow. That missed 9 there, where the pocket did not allow the 9 to be deposited, reminds me of a 9 ball that I had missed earlier when Mr. Pink left me a tough 9, and it was in this bottom left hand pocket here nearest to the camera, the left corner pocket. That 9 ball had stood up earlier, and so I guess just laughing at myself there to see how lucky I am. I can tell you that this is not one of those matches where I'm actually leading because of how good I'm playing. I'm definitely leading because of some uncharacteristic mistakes that Pink has made. You know, unfortunately, he's just missing some shots there that he usually doesn't miss. Definitely, I missed the 9 first, and he missed an even easier 9. But you know, it's just what the game of pool is like. You have good days, you have bad days, and so forth. It happens. It's just how you learn during the process. So far, I've been using this control break technique on this table. Lost the cue ball a little bit there though. Right? It's a 7-6 lead here. Or is it a 7-6? I'm not sure what the score is, because I haven't placed the score on the screen as yet. But I believe... let's just continue watching the match. Right, you guys should be seeing the score at the top there. So forgive me for my error. Right, so he was just trying to play a safety here. The game is becoming very intense because it's coming close to the end. So now there's no offensive shot obviously here. So I'm just going to try to play some sort of safety behind the 3. Selling out. Match is becoming very intense as we speak. Mr. Pink checking that cue ball with some inside spin to control the speed of the cue ball. 2 is in a nice area, just needs to just draw back or come off 1 rails. Wow. I think that 1 rail would have been better. The 3 is on the same short rail where the 4 is, but now he's on the wrong side of the 3. Is he? Can he roll forward and hold? Yes, he can. Left himself with a tougher shot onto the 4 to land onto the 5, but no, just a little bit more care on that 2 ball to land on the 3 would have given him a better shot onto the 4. But nevertheless, he's a very good shot maker, so he should be able to work his way out of this. And so, is that a lovely contact onto that 5? Great contact onto that 6 ball, pardon me, to hold position for the 5. So now he is in the clear. Not much problems to solve, just needs to deposit a couple of balls here. Nicely putting the 5 in there, controlling the cue ball nicely. He's on the... I guess he's on the wrong side of the 6, so he has to play position, just going a couple of rails here. Loading up with some rights, some low left spin coming around 1, 2, 3 rails, back to the center of the table. Great shot. Excellent positional play. He has done a couple of that. I have been impressed with positional play when it comes to certain multi-rail shots. And a lovely stroke onto that 7. What a clearance by Mr. Pink. You can see the momentum is back into his arms here. So he's just going to just stroke. Is he going for the side or the corner? Is he? He's going for the side, coming off 2 rails, controlling the speed. Watch this cue ball land right on a dime for the 9. Great shot. Absolutely great shot. The score is now going to go right here back to 7-7. It's now a race to 2. Very good clearance by Mr. Pink. I believe I'm going to have to put this into the highlight reel of clearances. Excellent clearance by Mr. Pink there. I have to say, absolute precise cue ball control. Very good positional play, understanding of the cue ball. Is just one of the better racks that he has cleared throughout this entire match. Now, he has definitely gained momentum. The match becomes a fight for momentum when it comes closer to the finishing line. So the score is now 7-7. I was very fortunate. The score should have actually been 8-6 had Mr. Pink made a 9, or it could have been still 7-6 because I was running out the rack and I missed that easy 9 ball there. So it's just been a swing of emotions throughout this match here, and so the score line definitely shows you that the match has either been very good in terms of gameplay, or it has just been an exchange of great luck throughout this match. A lovely break shot there, same spot that he's breaking from. No shot onto the one, but he has options. He can play defense. He's going for the bank. Good shot. Ooh, standing up into the pocket, and what a position onto that 2 had that one ball been deposited. Wow. And another awful shot. Amazing. That mistake is a mistake for amateurs, not a mistake for an experienced, I should say an experienced professional or an experienced professional amateur. I was actually just trying to just massage slightly, but I massaged too much curve, went me full into the one ball, and so obviously there you can see speed allowed the cue ball to fall into the pocket, selling out. I still have hope because that 6 ball is tied up with the 8. There is a carom available, but look at the control on this cue ball, going a couple of rails. Lovely. If you're not impressed with this young man's game, you are obviously not a fan of pool, because this young man has so much potential and he has so much, I should say, so much talent in him that it's just a couple more years with a lot more gameplay on the table and a lot more tournaments and wins. He will and can become a very great player in this 8-ball nation, Jamaica. Talent is here, but now I have the chance. 1 rails, 2 rails coming up. The 6 is not makeable, but I have a 6-8 carom available, which is what I was talking about earlier when he landed himself on the 5. He just unfortunately missed that 5 there to try to play position for the carom, but there you can see a lovely carom. Too much speed though, definitely too much speed. I have a shot onto the 6. It's landed in a nice area, but it's very thin, and this cue ball is going to run all around the table. So now I'm just going to have to try to beat that scratch near to the corner pocket. Let's see here. Cue ball, 1, 2 rails, beating the 9, 3 rails, 4 rails, coming around 5 rails. Wow. Amazing. That's the best that I could have gotten. That cue ball had a lot of speed because of the thin cut on the 6. But now I'm on a 50-yard line compared to the 9. Now, this is what I was talking about. Remember that rack that I had said earlier, that remember that I should have played a safety that I did not see? Here is where you would naturally want to go for the bank and the settle for what you get. But this is what I decided to do. Bank this 9, bring it down back to the end rail, leaving Mr. Pink with even a tougher shot onto the 9. It takes a lot of courage to make a decision like that, especially when the score is at 7-all. He could easily bank this 9, miss it, maybe go back down into another pocket. Everything could have gone bad there for me. I took a risk, a high risk, which could have paid great for the opponent, but a decision sometimes to play defense usually is not favored by a lot of players, and so with that defensive opportunity there, I gave him a tough shot. He had attempted it, missed, leave me with a 9, and I stroke that 9 into that pocket to take a 8-7 lead. I am now on the hill. It's now 8-7. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it has been very entertaining so far. We are coming close to the end of the match. As it relates to who will win, you can do as you please, fast forward the match, or you can just watch the remaining part of the rock here. But it was indeed a very fruitful match in my perspective. It was one of those matches that had a lot to offer in terms of knowledge about the game. Mistakes made by your compatriots, mistake made by players at your same level. You'd perhaps think you'd do something different. Maybe it would have worked out for you. Maybe during the moment I wasn't thinking about it, he wasn't thinking about it, but nevertheless still here. It was indeed a very interesting match, I have to say the least. Wow, almost getting the 9 deposited there. If that 5 ball did not got knocked in, that 9 ball could have been deposited and would have been an early end to the game. Now it's 8-7. I literally here have to just win this rock some way somehow and try to just end this match before it gets a bit too close than what I actually can handle. Good shot onto the 1. Surely I wanted to play more in between the 6 and the 7, but the cue ball overrolled there. Now I have a shot onto the 2. Not the ideal area that I wanted to fall in, definitely that was not the intent, but you know, got a shot on the 2 regardless. Now I got a bump onto that 3. It's not bad. It's into an area. I have a carom. Can I end the match here to take this victory after a tough loss a while ago? Again, the nerves have kicked in. The nerves have definitely kicked in. Almost getting lucky. Oh, wow. Oh my god, I've gotten a couple of rolls. I have to say, I'm not completely unfortunate when it comes to playing the match. I've gotten 2 or 3 maybe good rolls that had allowed me to win the rock. I was lucky based on some missed shots by Mr. Pink here. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Here we have it here. Mr. Pink is on the go, going for here. Did I say that I'm on the hill? I believe I'm on the hill, but Mr. Pink seems to be at 6. I'm not sure if he won this game. Rolling in, another good clearance here. Another good clearance here. Alright, so I believe this is his last game. I believe I made a mistake, ladies and gentlemen, with the score. You can see, obviously, you're seeing the correct score, but I'm not checking because I'm commentating. And so that was a good run. Now, notice that his movement around the table when he landed on the 9. I want to show you something very important here, guys. He was too relaxed on this 9. And look at what happened here. Overcutting the 9. Too relaxed on the 9 ball shot there. Definitely. The score was actually not 8. I wasn't on the hill. This is actually what got me on the hill to bring it to 8. The score was actually 7 there. And again, the last time he missed a 9, and I was very fortunate, and then again he missed another 9, a casual 9. Very disappointed. You can see his head is down onto his stick there, just looking. I'm just very lucky. If I win this match, this is not all because of my skill set. It's just obviously because of his he was a bit too relaxed on that shot there. And surely the pool gods will pay him for that mistake. Alright, I can't say that I'm happy for the way how I'm winning, but you know, in pool we say a win is a win regardless, and it could have gone either way because I too have missed a couple of shots to take a rock and he has taken advantage. So you know, it's just 6 of 1, half dozen is the same thing here. Alright, it was a very good attempted clearance there. Couple of good shots played, couple of good positions. But now he has to just try to remain strong and see if he can come up with a win here. Alright, definitely you can see him loading up with some right spin there. Or left spin I should say. He's landed onto the 2. What's going to happen here? 3 is all the way down, so he's coming off 1 rails, 2 rails here. Missing the 1 again. The 3 is near to the 2. So how do I navigate? How does Apexelgenio navigate this cue ball here? Can he make the 2 and beat the 3? Almost. Yes, he can. Very good shot. He's now on the 3. If I can somehow land near to the middle of the table, I have an opportunity here to play a 4-9 to end the match. So let's see here. Stretching, leaning, not steady, overcutting the 3 ball. Wow. Score is 8-7. Mr. Pink is flying back, just trying to grab what he can get here. Playing the 3. Now he has set himself up for a tough 4-9 combo. If he makes this, he's definitely favored to win this match. Steady down. Stroking. Ooh, almost getting here. That 9 ball has landed near to the center of the pocket. Now here's another attempt at the 4-9 combo. Can Apex get it done here? Karam from the 4 to the 9. If the 9 drops, it's a victory. And it is a victory with a level of safety, level of intent. Excellent shot. Had that 9 not been deposited, that 4 ball would have been safe. Great shot, great ending. Thank you viewers for watching. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for learning with me. It has been a wonderful outing when it comes to going out to Otorius. WLPJ is no longer in existence. It's no longer at Otorius. Now it's at a different location which I'm not at privileged to disclose, but as soon as we are there, you should see me again on this table. Thank you viewers for watching. You can follow my social media website in the description below, and looking forward to sharing more knowledge with you. Look out for the highlights of best shots played by J Pink and Apexelgenio, and also look out for more matches with Apexelgenio. Do take care. Until next time, Apexelgenio signing out. See you soon.